Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sydalexandria and today we are going to be talking about BAZI. Before I get into the actual video, I just wanted to say the correct pronunciation because I know throughout the video I call it BAZI because my American tongue, that's much easier for me to say. I also wanted to show you guys these 4 different calculators that I have used to get my BAZI chart. I will leave them linked in the description of this video, all 4 of these websites, so you can check them out. They are all free. One of them requires you to put an email in, but I have not received any emails from the creator of this website, no spam emails so far, and I used it probably a week or 2 ago by now. So yes, I'm very excited to talk about this subject, so let's get into it now. What is up, Starseeds? It's Sid, and today we are going to be talking more about Chinese astrology. I have a couple other videos on Chinese astrology. I will leave the link to my astrology playlist in the description of this video. I mainly talk about Western and Vedic concepts. You can also use in Draconic astrology, but I like to get into other cultures' forms of astrology. I have a video on Tibetan, Celtic, Native American, as well as Egyptian and Mayan astrology. Today we are going to be talking about the basics of a BAZI chart in Chinese astrology. So BAZI literally means 8 characters. So I drew kind of what it looks like, these main 8 characters in the chart. You can get into more. You can get into, there's like 10 stars, like numbers 1 through 10, and what that means. There's the yin and yang aspect to all of these signs too, which plays a factor. There's more to get into it, but for now I wanted to do a video on the basic BAZI chart. So the top row is the elements, the bottom row is the animals. So the first pillar here, we have the hour that you were born. We're going to talk a bit about how to calculate that. The hour is really simple. I mentioned this like 7 years ago in my first Chinese astrology video because it's literally just 2-hour blocks. Like I was born the hour of the rat because I was born at 12:46 a.m. and from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the hour of the rat. Really, it's 2 hours. And then we go throughout the zodiac. Then we have the day that you were born in the second pillar. This is usually what's looked at as the most important, especially the element for the day you were born. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to calculate that, but people call the element of the day you were born your day master, and then there's the animal with it. The third pillar here, we have the month you were born. We'll talk about how to calculate this based off of the new moons in every month. So about every January, about every February, there's going to be a certain animal sign associated with that. And then the years, which are by far the most popular right now, 2026, we just entered the year of the fire horse. It's a yang sign. Pretty much everybody knows what year they were born in and what's their Chinese zodiac for the year they were born in, but most people don't know the month, day, or hour. So I wrote some handy dandy little notes here about how there are 5 elements and 12 animals. So if you multiply 5 by 12, you get 60. If you multiply 60 by 60 by 60 by 60, you get 12,960,000 different combinations of this 8-character chart. Here's a little rundown of the hour pillar. So every single day from these times, that is your animal sign. Now, the element switches every day. So like I was born, like I said, 12:46 a.m. So I'm the hour of the rat. That is always the hour of the rat. November 22nd, 2001, when I was born a wood rat. November 23rd, 2001 goes to a fire rat. The 24th goes to an earth rat. The 25th goes to a metal rat. The 26th goes to a water rat. The 27th, it goes back to wood. So every single day, these switch. Here's a quick rundown of the day pillars. Really, it's just a pattern that I found from researching different days in the BAZI calculator. So for the day pillars, they change every day. The animal signs switch one every day. That's why we have, rat, and then the next day it's ox, the next day it's tiger, the next day it's rabbit. The elements, however, have like a 2-day cycle. So it's wood, wood, then fire, fire, then earth, earth. So the combinations would be, one day would be a wood rat, the next day wood ox, the next day fire tiger, the next day fire rabbit. As you can see, the animal signs are shifting, the elements are waiting another day, then shifting. So this just goes on and on and on for all the different combinations, and it starts again. The month pillars are a little complicated, and this is why you need a calculator online to tell you your animal and your element. The elements really shift. They go in about this order, but it is not exact for the months. And these months, it's about January is the tiger, about February is the rabbit, but it depends what day in the month because it's based off of a lunar calendar and when the new moon is every month. All right, I'm not gonna write a pillar for the year. I feel like this is the one that we all know and love. The animals change every year. That would be a lot of years for me to write, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen here for you guys so you can figure out your specific year. More Chinese astrology videos to come. I appreciate you guys so much. Peace out.